Have you ever felt like there's more to understand about what women truly want, but couldn't quite figure it out? What if I told you there are 9 hidden desires women have, secrets they won't openly share, and knowing them could change the way you connect forever? Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll not only uncover these truths, but also learn how to navigate relationships with the calm, unshakable wisdom of Stoicism. Ready to unlock the mystery? Let's dive in. Understanding the desire for emotional connection is a cornerstone of building meaningful and lasting relationships. At its core, this desire reflects a need for someone to feel truly seen, heard, and understood. It's not about grand gestures or superficial interactions. It's about creating a bond where both individuals feel valued and secure in their emotional space. Women, like men, often crave emotional depth in their relationships because it fosters trust and intimacy, which are essential for long-term happiness. To recognize and nurture this emotional connection, start by practicing active listening. This means giving your full attention when someone is speaking, avoiding distractions, and genuinely engaging with their words and emotions. For example, if she's sharing something important about her day, instead of simply nodding or offering generic replies, try to empathize and ask meaningful questions like, "How did that make you feel?" Or, "What do you think would help in that situation?" These responses show that you're invested in her thoughts and emotions, making her feel valued. Another way to nurture emotional connection is through vulnerability. Sharing your own thoughts, fears, and experiences helps establish a two-way emotional bond. For instance, if she talks about a challenge she's facing, you can relate by sharing a similar experience of your own. This doesn't mean you have to overshare or make it about yourself, but rather, it's about creating a space where openness is mutual and judgment-free. Lastly, consistency is key. Emotional connection isn't something that's built overnight. It requires small, consistent actions that show you care. A simple daily check-in, a supportive word when she's feeling low, or remembering small details she's shared are all ways to strengthen this bond over time. Emotional connection is at the heart of understanding someone deeply, and the more effort you put into cultivating it, the stronger and more meaningful your relationships will become. It's a reminder that relationships thrive not on physical attraction alone, but on the ability to connect on a deeper emotional level. Physical attraction plays a significant role in relationships, but it goes beyond mere appearances. It's about how someone carries themselves, their confidence, and their energy. Women, like men, are drawn to people who take pride in their physical health and appearance because it reflects self-respect and discipline. This desire isn't rooted in superficiality, but in the natural pull towards someone who looks after themselves and exudes a sense of vitality. Taking care of your physical health is the first step in understanding and fulfilling this desire. For instance, maintaining a healthy lifestyle through regular exercise not only enhances your appearance, but also boosts your confidence and overall mood. Confidence is magnetic. When you walk into a room with your head held high and a genuine smile, it sends a signal that you value yourself, which is inherently attractive. For example, someone who regularly works out, eats well, and takes care of their body often gives off an aura of energy and focus that naturally draws people in. Another aspect is grooming and personal hygiene. Simple efforts like maintaining a clean appearance, dressing appropriately for occasions, and smelling good can leave a lasting impression. Picture this: someone who takes the time to dress well, groom themselves, and wear a subtle yet appealing cologne gives off the impression that they care about how they present themselves. This attention to detail can significantly enhance physical attraction. Finally, posture and body language are often underestimated yet crucial elements of physical attraction. Good posture not only makes you look more confident, but also healthier. Open body language, like standing tall, maintaining eye contact, and avoiding closed-off gestures, communicates warmth and approachability. For example, if you're having a conversation, leaning in slightly and maintaining an open stance shows genuine interest, which adds to your overall appeal. Understanding the importance of physical attraction isn't about striving for perfection, but about taking care of yourself in a way that boosts your self-esteem and allows others to see the best version of you. It's a reflection of self-love, which is one of the most attractive qualities a person can have. Emotional connection is a foundational aspect of any meaningful relationship, and women are particularly attuned to this. It's not just about being a good listener or showing interest. It's about genuinely understanding and connecting with someone on a deeper emotional level. Women often desire someone who can not only empathize with their feelings, but also create a safe space where they feel seen, heard, and valued. To build this connection, the first step is active listening. This means fully focusing on the conversation without distractions, and showing that you genuinely care about what the other person is saying. For example, imagine a scenario where someone shares a difficult day they had. Instead of immediately offering solutions or brushing it off, you respond with empathy. "That sounds really tough. How did that make you feel?" This kind of response shows that you're tuned into their emotions and willing to walk alongside them through their experiences. The second aspect of emotional connection is vulnerability. This doesn't mean oversharing, but rather being open about your thoughts, feelings, and experiences in a way that invites mutual understanding. Sharing a personal story about a challenge you overcame, for instance, not only makes you relatable, but also builds trust. For example, if someone talks about struggling with self-doubt, you might share how you've faced similar feelings and what you did to work through them. This openness fosters a sense of, "We're in this together," which is incredibly powerful. Another key element is emotional intelligence, the ability to recognize and manage both your own emotions and the emotions of others. This skill is about picking up on nonverbal cues, like tone of voice or body language, and responding appropriately. For instance, if someone seems upset but doesn't say it outright, acknowledging it gently, "You seem a little off today. Is everything okay?" can make a huge difference in showing that you're attuned to their feelings. Lastly, showing consistent support is essential for emotional connection. Being there during both good times and bad builds trust and demonstrates that your interest is genuine and not just situational. For example, if someone is going through a tough time, a simple gesture like checking in on them, sending an encouraging message, or offering to help in practical ways can leave a lasting impression. Emotional connection goes beyond words. It's about creating a bond that is rooted in trust, understanding, and mutual respect. When someone feels emotionally safe and valued around you, it lays the foundation for a deeper and more fulfilling. Physical attraction is often one of the first aspects that draw people together, but it goes beyond just appearance. For women, physical attraction is about the way someone carries themselves, their confidence, and how they present themselves to the world. It's not about striving for perfection, but rather taking care of yourself in a way that reflects self-respect and discipline. One of the key elements is grooming and hygiene. Taking the time to ensure you're well-groomed sends a clear message that you value yourself. For example, imagine meeting someone who is dressed neatly, smells good, and has a clean, polished look versus someone who appears unkempt. The former naturally leaves a more positive and lasting impression. Simple habits like trimming your nails, keeping your hair well maintained, and wearing clothes that fit well and suit your personality make a significant difference. Another important factor is body language, which speaks volumes without you saying a word. Confident posture, such as standing tall with your shoulders back and maintaining eye contact, signals self-assuredness and approachability. For example, when you're engaged in a conversation, leaning in slightly shows interest, while crossing your arms may create a barrier. Subtle cues like smiling warmly or nodding attentively can create a welcoming and attractive presence. Fitness and physical health also play a role in physical attraction. It's not about having a perfect physique, but about demonstrating that you prioritize your well-being. For instance, engaging in regular exercise not only improves your physical appearance, but also boosts your energy levels and confidence. Someone who is active and takes care of their body often radiates a certain vitality that others find appealing. You don't need to spend hours at the gym. Activities like jogging, yoga, or even brisk walking can have a noticeable impact. Fashion and style are choosing clothing that reflects your personality while being appropriate for the setting can make you stand out. For example, if you're attending a casual outing, a well-fitted pair of jeans with a crisp shirt can strike the right balance of comfort and style. On the other hand, a tailored suit for formal occasions shows a sense of sophistication and effort. Accessories like a watch or subtle jewelry can add a touch of uniqueness to your look. Lastly, self-confidence ties everything together. You could be impeccably dressed and groomed, but without confidence, the overall impact diminishes. Confidence doesn't mean being overly assertive or loud. It's about being comfortable in your own skin and owning who you are. For instance, walking into a room with a calm demeanor, a genuine smile, and the ability to hold a conversation with ease makes you naturally attractive. Physical attraction is not about chasing societal standards of beauty, but about presenting the best version of yourself. It's the combination of grooming, posture, health, style, and confidence that creates a magnetic presence and leaves a lasting impression. Emotional connection is one of the most powerful and enduring aspects of any relationship. For women, this is often what builds trust, intimacy, and a sense of safety. Understanding how to foster an emotional bond requires empathy, attentiveness, and an ability to genuinely connect on a deeper level. One key way to establish an emotional connection is by being an attentive listener. Many people listen to respond rather than understand, but women often value someone who genuinely hears and absorbs what they are saying. For example, imagine a conversation where someone interrupts constantly versus one where they allow the speaker to finish, respond thoughtfully, and ask follow-up questions. The latter demonstrates care and presence. Even small gestures, like nodding or mirroring their emotions with empathetic expressions, can create a sense of understanding and validation. Another important factor is showing vulnerability. Many people believe that being vulnerable makes them weak, but in reality, it's a sign of emotional strength. Sharing your own fears, dreams, and challenges, allows the other person to see the real you and encourages them to open up as well. For instance, if a woman shares something deeply personal, instead of brushing it off or offering a quick fix, you might respond by sharing a similar experience or acknowledging how brave she is for being honest. This reciprocity creates a bond that goes beyond surface-level interactions. Emotional support is another crucial element in building a connection. Being there for someone during tough times shows reliability and care. For example, if she's going through a stressful period at work, offering words of encouragement or simply being there to listen without judgment can mean a lot. Even small acts of kindness, like checking in with a simple text saying, "I hope your day is going better," demonstrate thoughtfulness and reinforce that emotional connection. Shared experiences also play a huge role in creating emotional bonds. These experiences don't have to be grand adventures. They can be as simple as cooking a meal together, watching a favorite movie, or having deep conversations during a walk. For instance, imagine discussing dreams and goals while hiking together. Not only does this foster mutual understanding, but it also creates lasting memories tied to those moments. Empathy is perhaps the foundation of emotional connection. It's about putting yourself in the other person's shoes and understanding their perspective, even when you might not fully agree. For example, if a woman is upset about something you might not find significant, dismissing her feelings can damage the connection. Instead, validating her emotions by saying, "I can see why that would upset you," shows that you respect her feelings, even if you don't entirely relate to the situation. Finally, building an emotional connection requires patience and consistency. It's not something that happens overnight, but rather through ongoing effort and genuine care. Checking in regularly, remembering the small details she shares, and showing up when it matters most all contribute to strengthening this bond over time. An emotional connection isn't about grand gestures. It's about the small, consistent actions that show you care. By being present, empathetic, vulnerable, and supportive, you create a safe space where trust and intimacy can thrive, forming the foundation for a meaningful relationship. Physical attraction is a natural and undeniable aspect of human relationships, but it goes beyond mere appearances. For many women, physical attraction isn't solely about looks. It's about how someone carries themselves, their confidence, and the energy they exude. Understanding this deeper layer of attraction can help you connect on a more meaningful level. One crucial element of physical attraction is grooming and self-care. Taking care of yourself shows that you respect not only your own body, but also the people you interact with. For example, maintaining good hygiene, dressing appropriately for the occasion, and wearing clothes that fit well can significantly influence how others perceive you. Imagine meeting someone who is well-groomed and confident in their appearance versus someone who looks unkempt. The former naturally draws attention because it reflects effort and pride in oneself. Another aspect of physical attraction is posture and body language. How you move, stand, or even maintain eye contact can send powerful signals about your confidence and openness. For instance, standing tall with your shoulders back and maintaining a relaxed. On the other hand, slouching or avoiding eye contact may give the impression of insecurity or disinterest. Simple gestures, like smiling warmly or leaning in slightly during a conversation, can convey approachability and interest. Physical fitness also plays a role in attraction, but it's not just about having a sculpted physique. It's about the energy and vitality you project. Taking care of your health through regular exercise and a balanced diet not only improves your physical appearance, but also boosts your mental well-being and confidence. For example, someone who regularly exercises and feels good in their body often exudes a natural charisma that's hard to ignore. This energy is often more attractive than physical attributes alone. Personal style is another key factor. Your style is an extension of your personality, and it can help you stand out in a way that feels authentic to who you are. For instance, wearing clothes that reflect your personality, whether it's casual and laid back or sharp and professional, can leave a lasting impression. Accessories, like a watch or a unique piece of jewelry, can also act as conversation starters and add a personal touch to your overall look. The way you use your voice and the tone you set in your conversations also contribute to physical attraction. A calm, steady voice that conveys confidence and warmth can draw people in, making them feel at ease in your presence. For example, imagine someone who speaks with clarity and enthusiasm versus someone who mumbles or speaks monotonously. The former naturally captivates attention because of their engaging presence. Lastly, the energy you project plays a significant role. Confidence, self-assurance, and a positive attitude are incredibly attractive. For example, if you walk into a room with a smile, make eye contact, and greet people warmly, you'll naturally draw others toward you. On the flip side, physical attraction is not just about appearances. It's about how you present yourself, the energy you bring, and the confidence you exude. By focusing on self-care, improving your posture, embracing your style, and projecting positivity, you can cultivate an attractive presence that goes beyond surface-level impressions. It's about being the best version of yourself and letting that shine through in every interaction. Emotional intimacy is one of the deepest and most essential desires for women, often surpassing physical attraction. It's about feeling safe, understood, and connected on a soul-deep level. Emotional intimacy forms the foundation for meaningful, lasting relationships, and when nurtured, it creates a bond that can withstand challenges and time. At its core, emotional intimacy requires active listening. Women desire to be heard without judgment, interruption, or distraction. Listening goes beyond simply hearing words. It involves truly understanding and empathizing with the emotions behind them. For example, if a woman shares a challenging day at work, responding with, "That sounds overwhelming. How can I support you?" shows you're tuned in to her feelings. Compare that to brushing it off or offering an unsolicited solution. It's clear which approach fosters a deeper emotional connection. Vulnerability also plays a key role in building emotional intimacy. Being open about your own fears, dreams, and experiences invites a reciprocal level of trust. For instance, sharing a personal story about a time you overcame a struggle shows authenticity and allows the other person to feel closer to you. Vulnerability isn't about oversharing, but about creating a safe space where both people feel comfortable being their true selves. Quality time is another cornerstone of emotional intimacy. It's not about the quantity of time spent together, but the quality of the interaction. Setting aside distractions, like phones or work, and being fully present in the moment shows that you value and prioritize the other person. For example, planning an evening where you cook a meal together or have a heartfelt conversation over coffee can deepen the emotional bond. These moments don't have to be elaborate, they just have to be genuine. Empathy is also crucial. Women value partners who can step into their shoes and understand their perspectives. For example, If she's going through a tough time with family or work, validating her feelings by saying, "I can see how hard that must be," can make her feel supported. Empathy builds a bridge of understanding that fosters trust and emotional closeness. Celebrating her successes, big or small, is another way to deepen emotional intimacy. Whether it's congratulating her on a promotion or acknowledging her effort in achieving a personal goal, your genuine support reinforces the emotional bond. For instance, surprising her with a thoughtful note or a small gift to celebrate her achievements can leave a lasting impression and show that you truly care about her happiness. Respecting her boundaries and emotions is equally important. Everyone has moments when they need space or time to process their feelings. Showing patience and respect in these moments communicates that you value her needs without imposing your expectations. For example, if she's upset and needs time alone, respecting that instead of pushing her to talk shows emotional maturity. Lastly, expressing gratitude can strengthen emotional intimacy. Regularly appreciating the things she does, whether it's her kindness, her sense of humor, or her support, makes her feel valued. For instance, saying, "I'm so grateful for how you always make me laugh when I need it most," can brighten her day and reinforce your connection. By listening deeply, sharing authentically, empathizing, and celebrating her, you can create a strong emotional foundation that enhances trust and connection. When emotional intimacy is prioritized, it not only enriches your relationship, but also creates a partnership built on mutual understanding and love. One of the most profound and often unspoken desires for many women is the sense of being fully supported in their dreams and ambitions. This goes beyond simple encouragement. It's about actively believing in her potential and being a partner who walks alongside her on her journey. Women want to feel that their aspirations are valued and that they are not alone in the pursuit of their goals. Support starts with understanding. Take the time to learn about her dreams, no matter how big or small. For example, if she has a passion for starting a small business or advancing her career, ask thoughtful questions about what motivates her. You could say, "What's your vision for this?" Or, "How can I help make this easier for you?" This shows you're genuinely interested in what's important to her and that you respect her ambitions. A practical way to offer support is through actions, not just words. For instance, if she's studying for an important exam or preparing for a big presentation, you could help create a quiet environment for her to focus. Perhaps you surprise her with her favorite coffee during a long study session or offer to handle a task to lighten her load. These small gestures may seem insignificant, but they carry immense meaning, showing that you're attentive to her needs. Another example of support is showing up when it matters most. If she's presenting her artwork at a gallery, competing in a marathon, or even speaking at an event, being present communicates that her passions matter to you. Imagine the impact of you cheering her on from the audience or celebrating her afterward with a heartfelt acknowledgement of her effort. These actions not only uplift her, but also strengthen the bond between you. It's also essential to encourage her when self-doubt creeps in. There will be moments when she might question her abilities or feel overwhelmed. Being the voice of reassurance and reminding her of her strengths can make all the difference. For example, if she's nervous about taking a risk, you might say, "I know you have what it takes to succeed. You've worked so hard for this, and I believe in you." This kind of affirmation can fuel her confidence and help her overcome fear. Equally important is respecting her individuality and autonomy in her journey. Supporting her doesn't mean taking over or dictating what she should do. It means being a partner who listens, provides advice when asked, and respects her decisions. For example, if she's torn between two opportunities, instead of telling her what to choose, you could help her weigh the pros and cons while respecting her final decision. This demonstrates trust in her ability to make choices that align with her values. Celebrating her milestones is another crucial aspect of support. Whether it's a small win, like completing a difficult project, or a major achievement, like earning a promotion, acknowledging her success shows that you're genuinely proud of her. For instance, a handwritten note, a thoughtful gift, or even a simple heartfelt compliment like, "You worked so hard for this, and I'm so proud of you," can leave a lasting impression. Lastly, supporting her means being a steady presence even during setbacks. Life isn't always about achievements. There will be challenges and disappointments along the way. During these moments, being a source of comfort and encouragement can help her navigate through the tough times. For example, if she's dealing with rejection or failure, reminding her of her resilience and helping her refocus on her goals can provide the strength she needs to keep going. When you fully support her dreams and ambitions, you're not just fostering her growth, you're also creating a deeper level of trust, connection, and partnership. It shows that you're invested in her happiness and success, which can solidify the bond you share and elevate the relationship to a more meaningful level. Women deeply value emotional connection. It's not just about the words you say, but the actions, the feelings, and the presence you bring to a relationship. Building an emotional connection means creating a space where she feels seen, understood, and valued for who she is, not just what she does or how she looks. One way to foster this connection is through active listening. Often, when someone shares their thoughts or feelings, the natural response is to offer advice or solve problems. But what women crave is not always a solution. It's the feeling of being heard. For example, if she's had a tough day and is venting about a difficult coworker, resist the urge to immediately suggest how she should handle it. Instead, say something like, "That sounds really frustrating. How did that make you feel?" This response shows that you're engaged and that you care about her emotions, not just the surface issue. Another way to build emotional intimacy is by sharing your own vulnerabilities. Women value authenticity, and opening up about your fears, challenges, or dreams can make her feel closer to you. For instance, if you're stressed about a project at work, instead of keeping it to yourself, share it with her. You might say, "I've been feeling overwhelmed with this deadline. It's been on my mind a lot lately." This not only shows that you trust her with your emotions, but also encourages her to do the same, strengthening the bond between you. Quality time is another critical aspect of emotional connection. Spending time together doesn't always mean grand gestures or elaborate dates. It can be as simple as a quiet evening at home, genuinely enjoying each other's company. For example, putting away your phone, cooking a meal together, and having a conversation about something meaningful can create a deep sense of intimacy. It's not about the activity itself, but the attention and presence you bring to that moment. Expressing appreciation and gratitude is another powerful way to nurture an emotional connection. Women want to feel valued, and even small acts of acknowledgement can go a long way. For example, if she always takes the time to prepare your favorite meal or remembers the little details about your preferences, let her know how much it means to you. A simple but heartfelt comment like, "I really appreciate how thoughtful you are. It makes me feel so lucky to have you," can leave a lasting impression. Building emotional connection also involves showing empathy, especially during her difficult moments. Empathy is more than just understanding her feelings, it's about experiencing them with her. For example, if she's grieving a loss or going through a tough time, saying, "I can't imagine how hard this must be for you, but I'm here for you," can provide comfort and reassurance. Being there physically and emotionally, even if you don't have all the answers, can mean everything. Lastly, emotional connection requires consistency. It's not something that happens overnight, but a bond that grows over time through small, meaningful actions. For example, regularly checking in on how she's feeling, remembering important dates, or simply sending a text to let her know you're thinking of her can create a sense of security and closeness. By prioritizing emotional connection, you're not just creating a better relationship, you're laying the foundation for trust, intimacy, and long-term happiness. Women don't just want someone who's physically present, they want someone who's emotionally available, someone who understands that relationships are built on shared moments, mutual respect, and genuine care. When you provide that, the connection deepens and the bond becomes unbreakable.